Was it truly blessed if the taste of it poisoned deeper than you know? Kindly answer this. What's the point of it? Just to reach new heights of low. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. Yes, what fire cannot burn. Yes, what fire cannot burn. Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring something into the world, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. Yes, what fire cannot burn. Yes, what fire cannot searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over.
All right. It's time. Time to cut off the fellas and time to get down to business. Let me move the ladies out of the way. Sorry, ladies. Lovely photo, but I got to move you so people can see me. I'm technically sloppy tonight. And there I am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday night. It's 8 o'clock. It's time for the #1 webcast, podcast, show in PA, Bucks County, Philadelphia, the whole 9 yards. It is the You Show. You. I am Jeff the Shark Perini. I am fired up as the Flyers start their playoff tonight against Montreal. So flip that on in the background. Tune into the Yo Show because we got a great show for you here. With me, as always, with an amazing new setup. Beautiful new setup, new microphone, some nice backdrop. It is the co-host with the most, it's the sister from the Mr., the one and only, the beautiful Jewel Tatey. Jewel, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. How are you doing, Jeff? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fantastic, probably better than ever before, as I sit here in my big dungeon of echoes, and you're there with a nice crisp backdrop, nice new brand new microphone. I am loving it. Tell us a little something about what you got going on there, Jewel.
So I'm slowly investing in my little home studio here, and I figure by the time 2020 ends, I'll have like a full blown out, really nice studio here. But
Exactly.
No, just a little at a time. If you're a podcaster, like we love our fellow podcasters out there, and you don't have to buy everything at once. Like it took me a long time to like figure out what I like and what I want. So I'm working on it still.
Well, it sounds terrific. As always, you look terrific. I texted Jewel around 6:30 to ask show questions like we keep doing. We're never razor sharp, and I'll admit a lot of it's me. I get sidetracked. I have mental farts. So I messaged Jewel, asked her questions. She's like, yeah, remind me later. I'm getting ready. So from 6:30 at night, she starts to get this dynamic look for our audience out there. So we thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Happy to be here.
Excellent. You look lovely. I am stoked, Jewel Tatey, because tonight is just like, it's a man's dream tonight, Jewel Tatey. And I'm going to tell you why. I've got the Flyers game on in front of me on 64 gigantic inches of television. Flyers, hockey. I've got my shirt. I had my hat on. It got too hot. I had to take it off.
Some orange light. They don't look orange.
I got my Flyers pillow here. But not only that, Jewel, I have two beautiful guests coming on. Beautiful Jewel Tatey. So I have three beautiful women. Flyers hockey. I've got pizza from Santucci's. I've got beer. I've got my own talk show. What else can I possibly ask for? I'm on cloud nine, living the life of Riley tonight, Joe Katie.
Oh no, my light. Well, I got cookies. I'll talk about them later, but they're so good.
Ooh, I
Send you
like
some.
cookies. Yes, please. I love cookies.
I love cookies. I'm a Cookie Monster.
Big show tonight, Joe Katie. We have two terrific actresses. A new movie coming out called 645. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day for a murder thriller. It's like a spooky kind of thriller horror movie. Our good friend of the show, Craig Singer, is a producer and director, and he was kind enough to send us two of the beautiful actresses from that movie, Sasha K. Gordon and Allie Marshall Stoked. Absolutely very
So
stoked.
excited. Thank you, Craig.
Yeah, thank you, Craig. Indeed. Craig was supposed to be on our 100th episode. He had a technical difficulty. No big deal. We will get around to having Craig on and his great actors and actresses that work on the movie. And these two are awesome. We've had a lot of good contact with them. They're psyched up for tonight. We're psyched up for tonight. Before we go any further, let's give a huge thank to last Wednesday's guest, Philly's own, the beautiful Donna DiGregorio. Donna,
Oh, yeah.
thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much for showing up, Donna. And I'm going to post this up real quickly for the Donna fans out there and people watching. Just a reminder, Donna will be performing live in a show known as the Savannah Sipping Society at the Auburn Road Winery, 117 Sharptown Auburn Road in Piles Grove, New Jersey, August 16th through the 18th. Tickets are still on sale now, 856-905-5840. Showtime is at 7. It's about 2 hours long, so get out there and check out Donna. A lot of people said how awesome Donna was, how beautiful Donna was last week, how fun she was. Well, here's your chance. Get out there, check her out, buy tickets.
She was amazing. I want to make it to that show so bad.
Yeah, I want to. This has been like just so busy, so much going on this week. And one of those things is this Sunday, of course, my brother Mike and his fiancee Mindy will be getting married on Sunday.
Oh,
I
wow.
will be there. Yeah, so congratulations to them. Absolutely. It's going to be awesome. I will be out there Sunday for the ceremony and reception, so I'm very excited about that. Jewel, what's on your docket? What's new? What do you got going on?
I mean, I really thought my sister was going to have her baby today. I was like, I have a feeling it's going to happen on show night, but she's there. She's past due. So
Wow.
We're waiting for the little buddy to come on out. Yeah, but that's all. That's one of my things I was going to talk about tonight. Like, I really, haven't done anything with the lockdown. I know there's some like family events and how's the wedding going to be? Because I know everyone's like.
It's going to be a small wedding. It's his second, it's her second. And it's not going to be a big ceremony. It's not going to be 25 people. So right at the limit. So the reception is going to be at a restaurant, mostly family stuff. Nothing too outrageous. Friday night, we're going to dinner with the guys to kind of, kick that off. So it's, it's not going to be anything crazy, but, still it's excited. We'll make the most of it as we've been doing. Yeah, we'll make do.
You have to make do. Yep.
Absolutely. Top 5 list times, Joel Tatey. Speaking of making do, Joel and I battle about topics all day.
That wanted me to be mean. I'm like, I can't be mean.
She can't be mean.
People already hate me. I can't.
She can't be mean. And of course, I guess later on tonight, my inbox will be blowing up again saying, oh, Joel's so nice. Joel looks so good. What are the chances to get a date with Joel? Folks, this isn't a dating game. One night, if Joel feels up to it on a Friday night, we'll do the Joel Tatey dating game.
Oh, my God.
Oh, trust me, there's not going to be a winner. I just want to hear people go off and see who can say some of the best stuff. So top 5, we battle it out. I had a topic. Joel nixed it. So tonight is top 5 random stuff. It just pops into our heads. Top 5 things I just want to give a quick rant about. And number 5 is 2020. Enough said. The year from hell. It's only August. It still won't get out of here. Anything that can go wrong. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. The other thing is over the last month, and not to change, but over the last month, we haven't seen killer hornets or squirrels with laser
raging
eyes.
storm. We had a huge storm last week. Everyone lost power.
It's not crazy bugs. This is a storm. I try to ignore that.
I've had a spotted lanternfly on my freaking window for like 3 weeks in a row now, and I can't kill it.
I hate those things. If 2020 were a piece of jewelry, it would be this ring.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a hard night. Number 4, I want to talk about Michael Rappaport. You know why? Because the topic was originally going to be top 5 people I hate. And I hate this dude, and I'm sick of this dude's nonsense. And he's just like on Instagram and Twitter just being an ass. So I just want to come out and say that Michael Rappaport's an ass. Never liked him as an actor. Now he's like a basketball online commentator. He can't play hoops.
Oh, yeah,
So
he's
you're
a big basketball dude.
Yeah, you're just garbage. I hate you. Number 4. I wanted to do a top 5 of people I dislike, but Joel cut me out of it. Wow, man, I said I'd like Rappaport, and the listens went like 70% in the toilet. All right. I don't like him. You could like him. I'm not telling you to do that.
Go, do you. You had a thing planned. I'll wing it.
Right.
It's fine.
Now, number 3 is sports and all the bubble and the different ways that sports are handling themselves. Hockey has been terrific. It's been off without a hitch. Basketball, both sports, still no reports of any COVID cases while these guys are still playing and out and about. So that is terrific. That is the great news we like to hear. Baseball is a little sloppy. They're getting there. Football is still, we still wait and see. But sports back in action. Number 3. Number 2, COVID. I'm going to admit, I thought I had a little COVID scare with somebody I got in contact with, but they got tested and they're fine. My wife's been tested. She's fine. No COVID issues here, folks. We're fine.
You got tested? We have to talk about that later.
No. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm like never going to talk about that again. So tonight I'm going to say COVID, probably never say it again. And the top number 1 thing on my mind randomly, 2021. Where are you? Get here. Get here now. Let's meet tomorrow, New Year's Eve, and get the hell out of here. 2021.
Act like it's going to be different. It's not going to be any different.
It's going to be worse.
Jeez.
Joel Tate, give me top 5 random crap that's just getting in your head right now.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, things I'm excited for.
Go ahead.
I keep finding it is horror night. I'm talking about horror. It's like the August is the horror month, and I'm all here for it. So, I think the scariest movie I've watched the past month was The Lodge. It stars Riley Keough, and it's actually Elvis's granddaughter, and she's terrifying. And I've seen her in like 2 other horror movies. Oh, It Comes at Night. That movie sucked. I wouldn't recommend it. Horrible ending, but she's still pretty and a great actress. I like her a lot.
It usually does come at night unless you have a day date, and that's a whole different look.
Mostly comes at night. Mostly. Number 4, I'm excited for fall. All this horror talk and whatnot. Bring on the fall. I want some fall decorations for my new place. I'm excited to deck it out. Number 3, I don't know. I keep watching cute little animal videos and animal rescue videos, and I think I want to just go rescue some animals. I don't know how. I gotta like be involved. I moved into another county, so I'm looking into like how I can get involved in that. I would like to dedicate my time, not just watch videos, but be involved. Save some puppies. Number 2, I'm super into right now, and I'll get into it later because I got something of hers, but my new favorite person is Bailey Sarian, and she does Murder Mystery Mondays on YouTube. Murder Mystery Makeup Mondays on YouTube. So yeah, I got her palette, and she's amazing, and it just goes along with the whole horror thing because she does like true crime and true stories and stuff, and it's really fun. So check her out. And number 1, well, this is kind of a complaint. I'm sorry. But it's like the end of the summer, and I haven't been down the shore, and I really miss the beach. So I have to make it a point to, like, make the best, salvage the end of summer, and just get out there some way. That's sad. That's sad.
No.
That's a sad list.
I spent plenty of time in the great outdoors this summer, more than I have in a while, so I'm good. I'm cooked. I'm spent. But a good list. And let's rehash these wonderful lists. Mine, number 5, 2020. Number 4, Michael Rappaport. Can't stand it. Number 3, sports and how they're handling the COVID situation. Good job, sports. Number 2 is COVID. Number one is the hopeful arrival of 2021, which is projected to be worse. Jewel Taney, I want to welcome us to Horror Month. And with that, I'm going to throw up a banner for you real quickly here. As Jewel Taney mentions horror. August 29th, our very own Jewel Taney will be a very special guest on the Horror Podcast with Austin Wood. We're going to send and share links and all that. My wife's got a sad face as she comes into the studio. But don't forget, August 29th, Jewel Taney, special guest on the Horror Podcast with Austin Wood. So good lead in there. Good lead in there by saying horror. Fall is at number 4. Number 3, animal videos. Number 2, murder, mystery, makeup Monday with a woman whose Jewel's name said so fast I didn't catch it. And number 1, unfortunately, the end of summer.
Great. It's awesome.
I'm sorry. Okay, so we're getting something off stage. Okay, I guess we're having nothing from off stage. We're good. Everything's good.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say, like, it's not
Yeah,
done.
few minutes ago, I'm talking about COVID, and next thing I know, she's downstairs, like, mouthing something to me. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is
on.
What?
Flying
I know.
monkeys.
There you go. Flying monkeys. Very good. But then again, don't forget, Jewel Taney, August 29th on the season finale of the Horror Podcast. Awesome. I'm very excited, Joe. I can't wait to watch you and not have to listen to you. Well, no, that came out wrong. Watch you and not be associated with the Jesus Christ.
A lot of comments.
Yeah, Cassie just said I'm done. And she's right. Yeah, I'm done. I just like stepped in a gigantic pile of poop right there. That was horrible. Probably the worst thing I've ever said. I didn't mean it that way. It's gonna be nice to watch you interact and not be on the other end of it, if that makes any sense. I'm excited.
Right. Trying to keep me going.
I have derailed.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited for it. Let's go.
Yeah, it should be great. Very excited. Jewel, I'm doing something right now that I have never done in Yosho history.
Uh-oh.
The movie is 645, and it's by our good friend, Mr. Craig Singer. And I have a little something for the audience.
Ooh.
Movie does not come out until the fall. But what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, as I set it up for you all, is a trailer.
Amazing.
What do you think, Joe Taney? Right, let's take a look at the trailer
I love this.
for 645. Let me get a full screen. Wait for the computer to stop thinking. Here we go.
Ugh. Oh,
Yes. Creepy. Very, very creepy.
it's so scary for a trailer.
That is scary for a trailer. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I did forget to mention graphic violence, viewer discretion advised. I forgot there was that neck slashing scene. And like spooky. And you know, like I'm not a huge horror movie guy. Like, not that I don't like the genre and not that I think it's a great genre because it's got a tremendous fan base. I get scared. I'm scared now.
I still need to watch it with someone. Like, I can't just sit here and watch horror movies by myself sometimes. but
with you.
I get scared.
That's a little scary.
That's a little graphic.
It is a little graphic. It looks good.
Ooh.
The dude doing the shots of alcohol, that looked good too.
Yeah,
Cheers.
he's on the Yo show.
Yeah, it's on the Yo show. Anyway, yeah, we showed that clip. Two of the actresses will be here with us shortly. Sasha K. Gordon, Allie Marshall. They'll be our guest tonight. They're going to talk to
I
us
think that
about.
was Sasha on the floor, right? That one part that looked like her.
It's hard to tell. It's a
Yeah.
little dark and it moves so fast, but it looks good. I got chills, man. I watched the trailer a couple times, and I'm like, you know what? I got to get the trailer on the show. I tried to link it right into the show, like I did with the hockey video. For some reason, it just wouldn't download. So I'm like, all right, I can screen share and give it to the people. Speaking of people, where's everybody tonight? People are dropping in now. No comments yet, Jules Haiti.
That's odd. Yeah.
I know. Usually we're flooded. I'm just gonna drop in. Where are you people to drop in comment? Because usually we make you people part of the show. You love it. Love our comments. Anyway, that is that. So, Jewel Tatey, lots to talk about for our guests. Come on, let's hit a topic or two. I went as far as to make banner for the topics. And this one hit me big because it's one of my absolute favorite people. And a story I read today, Duff McKagan of Guns N' Roses attributes anxiety to playing a big role in his alcoholism. Of course, Duff admittedly has battled with drugs and alcohol. And said anxiety was a big part of it, and it almost killed him. Jewel, the question to you is, a lot of people are suffering through anxiety right now with COVID and social issues and social distancing and the whole 9 yards. And I know in the beginning, I drank a lot of beer. I sat around, drank a lot. I do it still on Wednesdays, but not as much. Do you think alcoholism and drug abuse and all that are on the rise with everybody being on lockdown?
I mean, it like scientifically, yes, it is trending up. Like people are stuck at home. They're bored, and how do you pass the time but hang out? Yeah, I had to calm down and just remember, like, when I was home every day and I didn't have to drive to work and stuff, I would make it a point to work out, because if I didn't and I, had a glass of wine at night, like I pretty much feel bad the next day, and then I would worry about it, and that causes anxiety, and I'm an anxiety prone anyway, so I just have to make sure that, like, this is a weird time for everyone. Like, it's okay not to be okay, and just make sure you're taking care of yourself. If you are feeling weird, talk to someone, talk to a family member, friend, like whatever you could do, because everyone's going through it right now. So, yeah, I totally see that being a trend and a problem, even still, because we're still kind of locked down. But just please take care of yourself. Make good choices, as Bailey would say. So.
Absolutely. And yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. And, here on our show, Judy Singer, thank you very much for chiming in. Judy Singer from Toms River, New Jersey. Last name sounds familiar, Judy. Thanks for joining the show. We can't wait to have the actress on with us shortly. But yeah, feel free to reach out to people, even if, you can send a message to the Yo Show. Be like, hey, guys, not doing too good. What's new with your show? I have a booking agent now that has a kind of a nostalgic kind of comedy show and music show that he does. And he reached out to me a lot, and he was talking about coming on. We're going to have them on a little bit down the line. We clear the schedule up a little bit. And he's like, dude, just let me know what I can do to help you. I need something to do. Like he keeps saying over and over, he needs something to do. And we appreciate that. So just don't be afraid to come out to somebody. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Like, this isn't like being afraid of a spider. This is like a pretty serious situation. Me and my wife talk it out a lot. We have our bad moments. And, Joel and I are fortunate to do this on Wednesday night for a couple of hours. And I was playing poker before some guys, and fantasy football is coming up. So I'm doing homework for drafts. And of course, you see my man cave scores. I go out a little bit and do a little masks shopping for man cave stuff. And like Joel said, work out. Don't be afraid to come forward. Right, Joel?
Yeah, and hobbies definitely help. Like, whatever you can do, puzzles, if you can't work out, just do anything and find. And also, there's like groups for everything. I know some people are leery about that, but like, if you're into something, granted, someone else is into something too. So find a little group, or like engage in some chats. It might make you feel better. Positive comments. Don't be a troll. Trolling is not a hobby.
Right. Trolling is not a hobby. It's a sickness. It's a disease, and there is no cure. Um, Today, a couple things that I do with groups. Huge fan of the show Seinfeld. There's a couple Facebook pages: Seinfeld Fanatics, Genius Seinfeld Quotes, Seinfeld Trivia, and it's all positive, funny Seinfeld stuff. And between those three groups, there's probably about 70,000 people. And we just all engage in quotes, quips from the show, funny stories, and stuff like that. So that's great. And Jewel, my obsession with Funko Pops. I was going to face the table and do the Kevin Smith thing with the Funko Pops behind me, but I decided not to. But anyway, this page, Funko Pop Hunters. I met a guy today. His name is Mike. We chatted on Facebook for over an hour about Funko Pops, married life, collecting, hobbies, the whole nine yards. It can be that simple.
That's awesome. And see, you made a friendship. Like, how nice is that? Yeah, like I was always interested in makeup and watching makeup tutorials, but like that chick got me with the murder mystery makeup Mondays. I was like, this is my Monday. And yeah, do we have a minute? I'll show you her palette. So
we do have 4 minutes as long as the girls are on time.
New palette. Look how pretty this is. And I'm sorry if I come up with like crazy makeup looks for the next couple weeks, but like they're so pretty. They're like purples and like some right into mirror.
I like it.
Cool.
I like it a lot.
But
I like it a lot.
I got a whole stash of makeup I was gonna break out when you did your man cave stuff.
Oh, Jules got treasures tonight as well. And we can do a double header. We can look at Jewel. No. I'm trying to put this politically correct. We can look at the things that Jewel has. I was about to say we can look at Jewel's treasures, and I just know where it's going to go. So basically, we can look at the things that Jewel has accumulated. Family Jewel Katie. Take a look right here, ladies. It looks like the Flyers are on the board. Looks like a power play goal by Ivan Provorov. Looks like 1-0 Flyers here in the first period. 11:06 in. Flyers 1, Canadians 0. This, of course, is the quarterfinal round. Flyers are the 1 seed. We're going to use it later as a topic, but why the hell I'm not just kind of announce it now? Kind of announce the game on the fly a little bit. 1-0 Flyers. Big expectations this year, Joel Tate. They looked amazing in the round robin round to get the number 1 seed. Look great. Few minutes away, we're going to have our guest on, so I'll have to act like I'm not watching hockey.
And Billy's not so much. What the hell was that about?
Dude, did you watch the Phillies game last night? I don't know how often you watch. You know, if you're out there and you're a Phillies fan, stop watching. Garbage last night. They played Baltimore, and the game went in extra innings with the two teams begging to give the game away to one another in the 8th, 9th, and 10th inning with errors, bad pitching, bad play, bad decision-making. It was like everybody called it bad news bears. It was absolutely garbage. Maybe the worst game.
I saw you blame Girardi. Do you think it's his fault? Do you miss Gabe? I miss Gabe.
I would never miss Gabe. I don't give a shit what the ladies think he looks like. Quite frankly, I mean, Girardi's got to teach these guys fundamentals, and a lot of the mistakes made last night are fundamental, routine baseball nonsense. You basically go from one guy who does all analytics and computer stuff to another guy doing all analytics and computer stuff, and nobody's getting the job done here. Very frustrating last night, Joel.
If you can't get the fundamentals down, it can't be helped.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much the way I'm looking at it. I had a lot of rants on Facebook. I like to mouth off a little bit. And, I get people say, "Hey, I told you not to watch baseball, not to bother watching baseball." Well, that's not me. I'm a sports fan. I watched it, and it was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
True. Poor Phil.
So I rant. That's what I do. That's what I do so well. All right, so let's get started. We do have one of our two special guests waiting backstage for us, looking lovely. She gave me the big stare and the big smile, so we're very excited. Let's get her started right now. Let's welcome one of the two stars. Let me change this real quick before I welcome her in. Sorry about that. We need a graphics person here. There we go. The new movie is, again, 6:45. It will be debuting this fall. Very excited. This lovely lady is one of the actresses in the show. Let's welcome the beautiful and talented Sasha K. Gordon. All right.
Hey,
Guys,
how are you?
thank you.
Thank you. How are you?
Yeah.
I'm good. Really happy to see you.
Oh,
Likewise, and we're happy to see you. We thank you so much for coming on, joining us tonight. I like your backdrop. It kind of looks like you're on set. It looks like you got like a break from the set. Where you at? What do you got going on behind you there?
Just a regular wall. Pretty sturdy.
That's awesome. Let's take a second before we get into questions, and let's also welcome your another one of the lovely stars of the movie 645, along with Sasha K. Gordon. Let's welcome in the beautiful and talented Allie Marshall to the program. Allie, good evening.
Hi guys, thank
Hi.
you. Sorry, I had to get Google Chrome. This was a whole thing all of a sudden.
Really?
no.
But I'm
no.
here.
I'm
We made
sorry.
it, guys.
You are here. You are
I'm in
made
my
it.
little box. We're all here.
There's a story.
I tell you what, when with COVID and online stuff, I'm telling you, this is about as good as it gets. So we're fairly happy we had this, but it's a great chance to get in touch with some great actresses and everybody across the country. Before we used to just have just audio, so now we have audio and video. Everybody can see you two lovely ladies. We can talk about everything. So let's get started with both of you. And you can kind of kick this question back and forth, take turns, whoever wants to go first. Tell us about Craig Singer's new movie, 645. I showed a little trailer for it. Tell us about the movie, your girls' roles, and how it played out.
Do you want to start, Sasha, or should I?
Well, either or, whichever.
Go for it, girl. You can take it away, and then I'll
I'll
hop
start
off
with
you.
you.
Sure. So it's without giving a lot away, it's a film that kind of reminds you of like a rerunning Nightmare in a way, but wrapped in a really pretty wrapper of this romantic getaway of this really lovely couple. And we shot it right before the pandemic hit, so we were like right on the cusp of it. And Allie and I are the bar patrons, and we hang out at the bar. Allie works there. I'm a regular. I like to get drunk there every day.
I like it. I like it already.
It's fun. And then I have another secret role that you might not even recognize me in. So there's a bit of a twist there. But yeah, so it's a really really trippy film, and I think it's going to be really relevant, especially after the lockdown and everything. Kind of how
Absolutely.
it was kind of like the same in a way. So you'll get a taste of that for sure.
Yeah, that was such a great explanation. Our two main characters, Bobby and Jules, they go to this place called Bog Grove for this romantic getaway, and it's exactly like Sasha said. Or I guess Sasha, you're over here.
I do it all the time. It's confusing.
Brady bunch right now. So they go to this romantic getaway, and things don't exactly go as planned. And every day they wake up, and it's the same nightmare over and over again. And like you said, Sasha, it's very relevant to right now because it's very like how a lot of us feel. We wake up and it's semi-daunting because we don't have an end date. We don't know what the day is going to hold. And, it has a lot of that sort of feeling. And there are some twists and turns, and it was such a privilege to work on this set. I've known Craig for a while. I've heard about Sasha. I got to meet Sasha. And filming this, we all were in the same house. So it was like summer camp meets masterclass. So I feel like you spend all of your time with these people that you were learning something from, but you also got to mix work and play. So you got to know them outside of the work environment, but also in it. So it's very humbling experience. It was very fun.
Cool. Where was it shot? It looks kind of like Coney Island. Was it in New York?
It was in New Jersey.
Okay.
In Asbury Park.
Oh, Asbury Park?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know
It
a
was
lot
really
of horror
cool.
movies are filmed, like even I go to Ocean City, some are filmed down there. It's crazy because that's where we go to vacation, and it's fun to
Yeah,
see.
I mean, I've never really been to that area, and it's what's so beautiful about where we filmed is that a lot of the land has stayed the same. So it's like little gingerbread houses as opposed to like the cookie cutter. So it has a lot of character, and it doesn't look like just a bunch of condos. It's such a beautiful area.
Yeah, rustic. I was going to ask you too, because I saw a makeup artist with a mask on. I was like, was this just shot? Because it seemed, it's a recent movie, post-production. But yeah, how was that? You said it was on the cusp. How close was it? And were there fears on set?
I mean, we wrapped February 14th.
Yeah, right before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we joked about like, oh, what if we all get stuck here? What if we're quarantined? Like, and then all of a sudden it happened.
Yeah.
So
It's a real film
was
happening.
we just missed it. So
Oh, wow. That is nuts.
So we're very fortunate to have gotten something, like completed a film right before. Because I know it's, especially with our industry right now, a lot of people, it's tough. So we were luckily able to take this time and work on post-production and be able to finish before quarantine.
And we're so happy it's complete as well. We can't wait to see it. So do you know the release date?
We're looking at fall. We want to do summer, but given everything that's going on, we're just taking our time. We're respecting everything. And so we're just, step by step, day by day.
Just in time.
Yeah.
We wanted to ask Sasha, growing up in the Ukraine, what is acting like out there? Is it something you've always wanted to do? Is it big out there, the film industry? How does it differ from the U.S.? Give us like a rundown of your roots now to how you perceive acting in America.
Sure. So I definitely always wanted to be an actor, but it's a lot harder in Ukraine because you do have to have connections, and it's much harder to make it there. In any industry, it's all about money and connections basically. And what I love about America is that what it stands for, right? You come here, you can work hard, you can achieve something. So that's exactly what kind of happened. I knew that I didn't really have a lot of options. Even if you try, it's just you gotta know someone, and then there's the industry's super corrupt as well. So I was thinking, all right, so I gotta take a shot here in the US. I mean, it's doable there, but again, it's much in a way easier to get to work in the US in the acting sphere. But yeah, it's been a dream of mine ever since I was like, as long as I remember, I was like, I want to be an actor. I want to be an actor. I just have been fascinated with characters on television and films. I thought films were real for the longest time. I was like, no, this is actually happening, right? And they're like, no, they're actors. But yeah, so it's just something that I'm so excited to be doing here.
Awesome.
And you have you have a law degree as well as you were taking acting classes, right? So I know when you got your big break in Natasha, everything changed for you. But if you weren't acting, would you have wanted to be a lawyer or in the law field?
Well, I do legal depositions as my day job, whenever I'm not acting. So it's a nice career to fall back on. And I did work at an office before doing finance. But yeah, no, I mean, it's good to have something like a plan B, but my absolute plan A is, just continue the acting and just keep on pushing, keep on hustling, keep on going for it.
That's awesome. And Allie, you're born and raised here in America, more towards the New England states, Rhode Island.
Yes.
I see you're a Celtics fan, a Patriots fan. I'm still gonna be nice to you. I'm still gonna be nice to you, but So how was that? Like growing up in that part of town? Like it was acting again always a dream of yours? Did you find it an easier start, or how did your career come to be?
I mean, I think I had the standard. I wasn't shy. I liked to entertain, but being from literally the smallest state in the country, I feel like I know too many people who had pursued acting and done it at a rate at which I saw as a kid and was like aware of, you know what I mean? So I don't want to say successful. There are so many successful actors, but to me, that wasn't something that I was aware of at a certain point in my life. And so I mean, when I was younger, I was in The Wizard of Oz and I played a blade of grass.
Oh, I
wanted to do it, but I had no idea about any of this. So I was going to school at the University of Rhode Island for kinesiology, and someone had contacted me, a photographer, Leo Tillett, and he asked if I'd ever modeled. I said I would love to try. So I went, I did the photo shoot, I posted the photos online, did a few other photo shoots, and then a local director, Tom DiNucci, had contacted me about a film that they were filming in Rhode Island called Almost Mercy, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I hopped on set. It ended up getting picked up by Netflix. So I talked to all these people. I'm like, so what do you guys do? And they're like, this. And I was like, no, I mean, like, what else you do? And they're like, no, this is what I do. And I was like, yeah, but how do you make money? And they were like, it was like going in circles, And so it was then that I realized, like, okay, if you want it and you actively search for it and you train for it and you work hard and you like full on pursue it, you don't have to be just from New York or from LA or from a famous like family, like, you know, those things that I just had thought, because I had never really understood the opportunities. Kind of like what Sasha was saying, you like the opportunities are there if you chase them or if you just look for them or see them. So it was one of those things where I had gone to school for kinesiology because I like it. I enjoy helping people, but it wasn't really my passion. So I was searching for it. And then all of a sudden I just kind of stumbled into it. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And it was just so encouraging to meet so many talented, hardworking people that were like, well, then do it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then that's where it started.
Awesome.
It was really just exciting. So I did want to be an actor, but I didn't realize that I could be one.
Makes sense.
And as like New York and LA, that's basically where everything's filmed. Are you both stationed in New York now? Is that home to both of you now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And how is it different from LA? Because I know you both worked on so many projects, and Sasha, you did a lot of stage work recently with the plays and everything. How is it different? And what advice would you give an actor in New York, maybe thinking they can't break through and they're maybe wanting to go out LA? I know there's a lot of virtual auditions happening now. We had an actress on last week from our area, and she was doing a lot of like virtual auditions. So I guess what advice would you give, and how has it helped you being in New York?
You want to start or should
You can go for it. I'll piggyback.
So, I haven't done a lot of acting in LA. That's one thing. So I visited, and what it seems to me though is that there's a lot of television in LA, and then in New York there's a lot more theater and film, indie film. But there's also a lot more resources. Well, there's actually resources in both areas. So I guess it depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, right now with the pandemic, I feel like the production has resumed in LA, and it's sort of coming, back into action in New York as well. But I would say like my biggest advice to someone, the advice that I took myself, if you want to do it, you can start with just writing something, getting a few of your friends and just get together and put something together, get on camera. When I was auditioning for Natasha, I did a spec commercial for a student at a New York Film Academy. That was the only material that I've had, on camera. But I was like, I just got to get on somehow. I had, zero film experience when I was cast in this indie film. So just, have something. And then if something is not working out, if you're not getting the audition that you want to get with people, do it yourself. And then, and it's easy, especially now, to do it with very little resources. I mean, I'm even going to shoot something with a couple of my friends like next week, just to keep it, keep it fresh, just keep it, keep at it, live in the arts, like, take a class, go to a museum, get inspired. Like in acting, right? People always ask, what are you working on? What show are you working on? And when you get to work, that's a reward, but the actual work that you put in can come in so many different forms. You can get inspired and then boom, you just gotta like be cooking, and then when somebody pulls you up or when you make something, it's like you gotta explode. And so I feel like it's the same with LA or New York in a way. Just gotta hustle wherever you are, Canada, anywhere.
That's so true, because even YouTube, like random YouTube shorts are blowing up right now. Like, it's all about the internet, obviously, today. But no, that's really interesting take.
Yeah, there's so many more platforms, which is interesting because in a way it creates a lot of opportunities, but also it kind of drowns you out in a way, just because there's so much.
Yeah.
So it's really, it's a lot of exactly what Sasha said. It's just creating content, and like if you there's so many great actors that always advise, if you aren't landing a role that you want to play, or if people aren't seeing you in a certain light because they've created this sort of like typecast or whatever, then create that for yourself and put yourself in that role and show people that. Or it's also just doing research. So it's like, if you watch a certain type of show and you're like, oh, I could see myself in this, and you got to see where that films. So it's like, if you're deciding and you're an actor, like, do I go to New York, LA? And it's not a question of like, where's my family? Like, if you're torn between, then it's like, do I want to do theater, New York? Do I want to do certain television shows that film in New York, or do I want to do certain ones that film in LA and also there's Atlanta and there's so many other places now. Even Boston, Massachusetts has a lot of films go through. So there's constant opportunities kind of on both coasts. It really just depends on what type of, not necessarily actor, but yeah, like what you want to play or what you see yourself playing and things like that. So it's really just either way. Wherever your heart's pulling you, I say go to either of those places and you'll find your way to the other. Most people will go to New York and find themselves in LA, or go to LA and find themselves in New York. Like I lived in Massachusetts first, in Rhode Island for so long. And I was like, I'm moving to New York because I'm always booking in New York. And the second I moved to New York, I booked something in Rhode Island and then Connecticut. So it's like wherever you go, you'll follow the work. And so either way, it's like where you feel is home. That's what I would say.
Awesome. So I know the boss is checking in, Mr. Singer himself. Hey, Craig, thanks for coming on and hello, ladies. We see that you're one of the co-stars, Augie Duke, is here.
I was going to say, I saw Augie and I saw Jordan, I saw Sam. I see so many people. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming by. I love you all.
Thank you so much for checking in. Let me ask you a question, and maybe they'll comment in the comment section. I can post it up too. And I'll ask you both. We played the trailer. Very suspenseful, very thrilling, kind of scary trailer. And you said you all stayed in the house together. Was there any eerie feelings, any scares, any nightmares of like the tension? We'll start with Allie.
Well, you're asking the person who I will be in a horror movie. I will go to the premiere and be like, run! But it's me. Like I am so... Like, I'm easy to scare, but I feel like where we were, we had so many people at this all the time that if you heard any creak, it was probably us. So I'm just so, like, we were very, like, I'm a talker. We were all very loud. So I actually felt very safe, even in the spiritual sort of way. I wasn't too creeped out in the house.
How about you, Sasha?
How about you, though, Sasha?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'm very kind of cognizant of all these things. I've watched American Psycho with a friend of mine, and I asked her with me for a week after because I was like, he's coming. I'm that kind of person. But surprisingly, I didn't feel, any of those feelings over there in the house. It was super peaceful and just friendly, and it felt like a family. It really did. Everybody was taking care of each other, and even if somebody did come around with a chainsaw or something, we would have been protected because it
would have been great. We had so many people.
We had
nothing would have been as bad as what happens in the script. I think that's the beauty of making a horror film. I'm like, well, chances are we're filming something worse tomorrow. Like, it's fine.
So, not to cut you off, but if somebody came with a chainsaw or a hatchet or something, who would you throw first so everybody else can get away?
We had giant teddy bears. We don't have to throw anyone. We had teddy bears in the lobby. Believe me, I was thought this through, okay? So we had these giant teddy bears. They were like the size of us, and there were two of them. So, like, I'm just going to hide in one of them or throw it. By the time the chainsaw will get stuck, I've thought this through.
Good security.
You're talking to the right girl about this. I've got an out plan always.
Yeah, you've done a lot of horror, Allie. Is that your favorite genre? We saw your the poster for Blood Pie, and that looks creepy as well. So
thanks. That's coming out soon. It's very exciting. I feel like it's hard for me to pick a favorite genre because it's less so the genre, because it's hard to explain, because when you're filming something, it may be a drama or a comedy, but when you're doing it, it's just a conversation. So the way it comes out ends up being a horror film. So like the scene itself where you're screaming or whatever is the horror. But otherwise, you're just like a person talking like we are, and then something happens. So I feel like all genre, like every movie has, like every scary movie has some comedic relief and a dramatic conversation and all the way through. So for me, all genres, not blur, but it's just, it's more about like the relationship of the person that I'm with. So I do enjoy a good blood gag. It is fun. The part where you're between takes, and Augie Duke, if you're still watching, will understand. When you are covered in all that stuff, it is a little bit like, it has that moment of like, what am I doing? And then as soon as the camera rolls, you forget. So like it's fun to watch at the end. You're like, yeah, I was really sticky, but like it was so worth it. So I do love horror, but I feel like any opportunity to just act and become someone else. Augie.
That's her answer, yeah. That's her answer.
Who knows? So it's one of those
Yes,
things
it
where I think it's all just rewarding, but horror, it can be very, very fun.
Yeah. There are a lot of horror actors that are just like terrified. Like a Sarah Paulson comes to mind, where she's just like afraid of every little thing, and it's just funny to see.
Absolutely.
That's funny.
Sasha, we wanted to ask you about a piece that you do. You directed a short film, and we had to ask because it's kind of like an inside joke here on the show. It's called Unique New York. And the reason why we find that funny, Jewel taught me that when she went to broadcasting school, that's how they taught you to prepare on the microphone, by saying Unique New York. So it became like a regular pre-show thing for us. And we found it hilarious when she told me you made something like that. We laughed hysterically. But
We
just
say every episode, just Unique
Right.
New York.
So tell us about that piece and what it was about. And does it have anything to do with that at all?
Well, it actually is about this little saying, "Unique New York," because that was a conversation I've had with an actor about it, and it was kind of like a catchy thing, and it's kind of like a play on it because, kind of in this film, I just wanted to reflect the kind of the tragic dating scene of New York.
Oh,
How you think, oh, it's so special, and then crickets, or it's just kind of like the pain that I feel like a lot of women feel in New York, right? You think it's so great, and then it's kind of not, and then like at the end of the film, what the character realizes is that there is this song that you can turn all this pain that she's experienced in the dating world, she can turn it into something like a song, right? And like write it in her head and just like turn it into gold, right? Like kind of recycle that experience that she's had. It doesn't have to be all negative. So that was kind of my idea behind it, and I shot it at my favorite, well, parts of it was at the coffee shop Everyman, where this is like my unofficial office. Pre-pandemic, I would always get my work done there. Just really friendly people and just a great neighborhood spot. But yeah, just something to like the one that I'm gonna do in a couple of weeks, just kind of keep it fresh and keep the content coming and express yourself artistically, even if it's not for network or for a big director. You're just keeping it, keep them coming. So that's the idea. But thank you for checking it out. I don't feel like I don't think anyone saw it, so thank you for
That's such a good concept, though. I'm all for that. I mean, Sex and the City is my favorite show, and that's all about single women navigating New York. So
That's like
great.
Yep.
I actually, the thing I love the most about this show is it seems to be every week it's me and multiple beautiful women. So I've got it made. So I feel very unique Pennsylvania going on.
That's a lot of men.
Earlier, and I was like, I don't know why, but I'm just so nervous. And she was like, you know what? She hit it like right on the nail. She was like, it's because you're excited. Like, it's like a good nervousness because you watch yourself. We're like, okay, they're so laid back. I think it's because it was so like I could be myself that I was like, who am I? Like, I had like this like, oh. But it's just like such a great opportunity to be on this. You guys are so easy to talk to.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for the promo. That was so cute. I said to Jeff,
That was great.
so cute.
I know, it's great. It really was.
I was
We
bragging about
appreciate
wearing my sweats.
it.
Quarantine, guys.
Let's talk a little bit to both of you about some upcoming projects. Jewel was kind enough to do some research. We'll start with Allie. You got a couple of things coming out, Blood PI, Tales from Shakespeare and Postscripts. What else you got coming out, and what else you're working on?
Blood Pie is coming out. Yes, I'm super excited about that. That's a horror film that I had the opportunity of working with some great, incredibly talented people. And the Shakespeare one, I'm not sure when that's being released. That was really fun. I just have a smaller part in that, which was so fun to get to go on set for one day and you get to watch how like smoothly people operate when you come in and out, because there's a bit of a pressure where everyone's working together for so long that you're like, oh, I'm coming in, I don't know, like how it's going to work. I don't want to step on toes. I just got here. It was so great to work on that set. I'm really just very, very excited about 645 because when I started this, I knew Craig beforehand and he was like, hey, do you want to come work on this set? What do you want to do? I had heard about Augie Duke. I'd heard about Michael Reed. I've heard about Sasha. I've heard about so many people who literally gave so much to this film. And I was like, I want in. So I started by shadowing him, and then he threw a small part in for me, and then I worked up to an associate producer, and we spent, like I said, we all lived together for this duration. So the amount of passion and like heart and soul from every single person that went into this film is what makes me very excited about it coming out. And I'm just extremely just pleased to have been a part of it. And I can't wait till we release the, you guys saw the teaser trailer.
Yes.
And I can't wait to the actual, like you'll see. So the teaser trailer is this artistic sort of like gives you a vibe of it and some shots.
Oh,
and
it gave me a vibe, all right.
Yeah, the trailer will give you like, you know, when you watch a movie about like a trailer movie, you're like, what's this about? It'll give you a little more of that sense, and then we'll have the release. So there's so many steps coming up that I'm just like, see, I don't want to say too much because I can't really say it.
Yeah.
But it's just like something that's like slowly bubbling out. Because it's just like, we've been working really hard and everyone is just, you know, fully committed to it. And that's something that just makes me like, it solidifies why I love working as hard as we all do to like, because you guys know, you have to do so much when you're like, this is the time that everyone sees you. And then when you're not here, you have to put so much to make it happen for this to be something. So you guys get it. It's like when you feel that love, it's just, that's why. So 6:45, guys, I'm so excited for you to see it.
It's amazing. It's an amazing thing to love what you do. I have to ask you, one of my favorite female MCs of all time, Remy Ma, was a part of the movie too. Was she in the house?
Remy Ma, she did stay with us for, she was there, and she was so easy to work with. She was
chill.
an absolute pleasure, and she just like was a rock star. She showed up. She like, and this sounds silly to say, but like it was just one of those things where she showed up. She knew her lines. She did a great job. She like nailed it on the first take, and we just did other ones for safety. It was just she was like, I have no complaints.
So cool.
And
I
like,
love her.
I know so many people. I love her. It's just one of those things where you're like, wow, we're mixing. And we also had 45 Kings. We had two people from the music world that came together, which is so awesome because now you have people who like horror movies. You have people who like independent films. You have people who love music, and it's just all these worlds just of entertainment come together.
And for me, I noticed Ray Boom Boom Mancini is in it as well. I'm a huge boxing fan, so to see Ray was awesome. Sasha, a couple of projects you have coming up I want to talk about.
Sasha?
One called Ego, which is a sci-fi short, and one of the Chronicles of a Bleep-Year-Old Woman is a TV miniseries. Tell us a little bit about those projects and some of your takes from 6:45 as well.
Oh yeah, and just like to piggyback on what Allie was saying about 6:45, super excited about it coming out because it just seeing how much labor went into this and how much passion went into this to see it come to fruition. It's going to be really exciting and kind of like a similar story. I've known Craig, and we're actually going to work on another film together. And he just wanted to see like what it's going to be like to work with me. And initially one of the roles that I was doing in a film was for a man, was for a drunken man. And
okay.
For me, so I had to, adjust. But it's just been a great trip. I just cannot wait to see the end result and to just go to the premiere and make it happen. I just really am excited about it coming out. And so that's
Sasha's so dedicated that she like completely drastically changed her look.
Wow.
Like, something she was just like, oh yeah, just like buzz this part of my hair. Like she just Sasha is no joke. She came and she
did that make it into the film?
She doesn't shave on camera. You'll see.
Oh.
Like it's just incredible when you see Sasha now and you see her on camera, like actor.
Yeah. That's why I was trying to like do my makeup, like wear something girly because I'm not very girly in the film at all.
Oh, okay.
She's very dedicated.
Look great.
It's great to watch her work.
Thank you. It's been such an honor to be in it. So that, and also, so Chronicles of Bleep-Year-Old Woman, I had a really brief role in it, but it was one of the projects, again, that was shot right before we went into lockdown. And it's a bigger project. It's a series about this woman who documents about her life after a certain age as a woman. And that's why it's a Bleep-Year-Old Woman. So,
okay.
So this one was about Botox. This one episode was about Botox, and a lot of us had a close up on our foreheads, but you'll get to see it when it comes out. I don't want to give away the script. So this one, Actually, one of my closest friends, Margot and the Midnight Tenants, it's a band, and their music video is coming out next week. And that's another project that I managed to do right before the lockdown. So I'm excited about that.
So cool.
Yeah, so just a lot of good things cooking. I wrote a script, so kind of developing that and in talks with another director to work. So I feel like once we're kind of unleashed more, things are going to really start happening for all of us in the industry because, you know, all that pent up energy, creative energy has been kind of like boiling, cooking. And now that we're going to like come out, I feel like there's going to be a huge boom in the industry and a lot of really awesome material is going to come through. So I'm psyched about that.
I mean, us fans sure hope so. Like it's been because we've been doing this through lockdown and talking to actors and musicians, and we so feel for them because that's. I mean, this is our life too. We love to talk to you guys in the entertainment industry. So how has lockdown been? Like Sasha, it's great. You're so creative and like writing scripts. I know some people, you know, they can't even get out of bed. So how has it been for the both of you and during this time? And what are you excited for? Somewhere in the future.
It's been weird. It's a weird time. Like I said earlier, it's just kind of day by day. My hope is that because so many people have been spending quarantine binge watching shows and getting to the point where the seasons run out, I'm hoping that people really understand and appreciate how much every day people just rely on entertainment business.
Yes.
And like, I'm really hoping that people are more willing to want to see more things. And I'm hoping that a lot of people who are writers are writing and all these things. So I have a lot of hopes, and that's the stuff that I'm looking forward to. Things that I've just been doing are trying to like keep my acting muscles busy. So like self-tape practices, monologues. I filmed something over the weekend, like a social distance 6 feet away thing in the woods with my friend. Just trying to keep, you know, optimistic and also just keep myself ready so that when those things do come, I'm not a step behind someone else who's doing those things.
Right.
So just trying to stay conscious of the fact that there will be a tomorrow to this quarantine and not get stuck in the mundaneness of it. And a lot of my time has been spent on post-production with 645. So I've luckily had that to also motivate me to keep, you know, this is going to come out. So every day I have something to do. So I've just been trying to be as creative as possible because for me, that's my outlet. So, and like you were saying earlier, I heard you talking about like working out and staying active and things like that. Just basically movement of either my mind or my body, preferably both.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm up to. Napping occasionally.
Any weird hobbies?
Weird hobbies. I have so many weird hobbies, honestly. I feel like I'm like an old soul. I haven't started knitting, but like I'm sitting, I'm thinking about it. I'm at the point where I'm like randomly, and the first few weeks, every day I'd be like, okay, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go for a run, and I'm going to try to do 30 minutes of French on this app. And then like it dwindled out. I'm like, oh. So I've just been like trying to make weird smoothie combinations.
Girl.
Every day I try to, I'm like, I'm starting a new hobby. And then the next day I'm like, I'm bored. So I have like too many hobbies, but none of them are actually hobbies. Much of it's like a try it once, move on. So who knows by the end of this. How about you, Sasha? Take it away from me, girl.
Yeah, right?
Hobbies. Yeah, I would say painting.
Oh,
I
nice.
made a painting over this, you know, about this. Well, it's not about the quarantine. It's just a painting that I made in quarantine. I've baked once. I still have some dough in my freezer, so maybe I'll bake another time. Yeah, just learned a few things like to cook. Became a lot more self-sufficient because an extrovert, you know, and it's been hard because I usually rely on my friends, on my social life. So kind of going inward has been interesting. You kind of self-analyze yourself. You're alone with your thoughts a lot. So there's been a lot of kind of self-discovery, self-exploration. And my conclusion is that I do prefer being with people. You know, like, I don't want to do this, you know. I take it, but it's like, please, just never again. So, yeah, and it's just been, the quarantine has been, you know, like Ellie was saying, it's a weird time, but Yeah, just kind of keeping it fresh. I've been taking my acting class with Mercedes Rule at ADP Studio. So
Oh, sure. Yeah.
yeah, and she
She's
took
terrific.
yeah, and it's just been wonderful to just do scenes because auditions now, a lot of them are online
Yeah.
like this. So it's been a nice adjustment to do scenes. So now I feel a lot better about if, if an audition comes through, not an in-person audition, I'll be just, all right, I got this. I've done scenes like that. So just, keeping it active, exercising, like Allie was saying, movement. One thing I've noticed too, you just gotta move. You gotta go for a walk or something. It's really hard to be kind of stuck in your tiny apartment. So that's been a lot. Exercising, trying to do Zoom workout classes as much as I can. Got some weights, got some straps. Got some equipment. Yeah, and just keeping positive. I feel like a lot of it is meditation, just keeping a positive mind because it's really easy to just go down the rabbit hole of this despair with everything that's happening. But it's important to pull yourself out of it if you feel like that. So it's been really my thing to, like, just keep on hoping because there is light at the end of the tunnel. This is not forever. We're gonna come out of this better, stronger. Just it's an opportunity for growth. I mean, this year has been tough, but like that's how you grow. That's how you become a stronger person, right? A better person. So it's been a tragic time in a way, of course, but also if we only see it that way, then there's going to be nothing that's going to come out of it. So I'm really looking at it from a more optimistic, point of view, trying to at least, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It forces to
Excellent.
recharge a little bit and like take that time to sort of, like you said, go inward. And it's definitely, I mean, you guys know too, it's like strange when you, like, even with acting class or whatever on Zoom, it's like hard to talk to someone and try to connect with them. And either like look, like even when I'm looking at you guys, I'm either looking down, if I'm looking at you guys, I'm not looking at you. So it's really strange. Like, I'm like Sasha. So it's interesting, and like it's definitely taught me how to adapt a little bit easier and to not fear change as much, because it's like, all right, well, you have no choice, you gotta adapt. And it's a blessing in some ways. In other ways, it's like you said, it's been a very tragic, difficult time, but it's been,
I mean, even you guys both are inspirations now saying that, because someone is going to watch this and say, hey, like, it's not that bad, and we do have something to look forward to. Self-care is so important, and this time has taught us to look at ourselves and really take care of ourselves, because hey, life's short, we only have one body, so let's just be nice to people and take care of it.
I couldn't
Real
say
quickly, the one question that I ask everybody that comes on the show, and it could be anything, sporting event, movie, dinner, whatever it is. I ask both of you. We'll start out with Sasha. We get the word tomorrow, mask off, the world's back to normal. What is the very first thing you're doing with yourself?
tomorrow.
So let's say tomorrow.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Sicily.
Wow. All right.
I'm gonna jump on a plane and I'm gonna go to Sicily and eat those amazing cookies. Yeah, the ones with almond flour, and they're kind of like soft and
Madeline's?
I'm sorry?
Madeline's?
It's similar, but it's like a very Sicilian dessert, and I'm gonna go there and go to the beach and eat those cookies and watch the sunset with friends. I don't want to go there alone, as we've.
Of course, right? Yeah. Allie, how about you? You open up the doors tomorrow. Where are you heading?
I was gonna say I was gonna hug my friends, but now I want to go. I'm gonna hug my friends, and I'm gonna be like, "This is Sasha." Acquainted because we're eating cookies in Sicily. Yeah, I'd see my friends and I'd go drink the biggest vanilla latte in the world inside, and I'm going to make sure I go like to a full bar club and just have weird, like, I look back and I'm like, I used to hate when people would get too close to me, and I'm like, it's okay. Keep your mask on because I don't want your breath. But I know that we don't need them, but now you do. But you can be close. I just miss that feeling of but Yeah, I'd hug
Show for a mosh pit right now.
exactly.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Please, yes.
Please.
Everybody. Let's just have the biggest party and just all we have to do is just sit really close to each other, and that would be like groundbreaking.
I agree. We're not far. We're Philly. You're New York. We'll take the ride. We'll hug yous and watch movies together. And
You want to get us
eat
tickets to
and-
the
I
premiere?
feel like you
We're
guys have
there.
to answer now.
I'm sorry.
You guys have to answer. What's the first thing you would do?
Oh Jesus! The first thing I would do is I had a lot of concert tickets. I had to cancel them all. I would find a concert
Yep,
right away. Definitely a concert
in Sicily.
Yeah.
in Sicily while eating cookies. Absolutely with
For me
with
and Jeff
Sasha
Brown.
and Allie and Joel. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
that-
amazing.
That's yeah, and I would take my parents somewhere because they've just been in. They're older and they've just been in like extreme lockdown mode. So I would take them to a nice place, maybe to a concert, Bruce Springsteen concert, in
you
Asbury
go.
Park, and
There you
watch 645.
Yes.
Yeah, that we definitely do too. This gentleman keeps coming up with horror nights. Austin Wood. Austin Wood said he's familiar with you, Allie. He's a friend of yours. He said hello. Wanted me to say hello to you as well.
Hi
So,
guys. Thank you for watching. I feel so loved.
That's what we had a lot of.
Look at how we can virtually hang out. You guys
Right?
listen to me ramble.
I said a lot of my friends are like, man, I'm jealous. Like you talk to these beautiful ladies and these great musicians on this show, and I'm like, well, I'm on this little cube and a computer, but I'll take it any day of the week. I absolutely.
Yeah, but
love
if you weren't so easy to talk to, people want to come on. So you guys have to give yourself credit. You have such a great show. Like this is such
Thank
a
you.
wonderful opportunity. When Sasha mentioned it, I was like, yes. When Craig mentioned to us, I was like, please, please.
Oh, thank you so much. We so
So,
appreciate
Yeah,
you
it's awesome.
guys
We do
being here.
appreciate it. Craig
Yeah.
has become Craig's become a good friend of the show.
Yeah.
We met him through other past guests, some of our best guests, and we thank Craig for bringing you ladies to us and introducing us. We really love it. We're going to let you go. I know we ran a little long here, but it's just been so great. 645 is the name of the movie. It's coming this fall from Craig Singer, writes and produces. These two beautiful women at the bottom, Allie Marshall, Sasha K. Gordon, are both stars in the movie. It looks suspenseful and thrilling and fantastic. We can't wait to see it. Ladies, we'd like to invite you back again a few months down the road as we open up and talk about some new projects.
I would love that. Thank you. And to anyone who wants to keep up with it, we have a website, 645movie.com. We're also on Facebook, 645movie, and Instagram, 645movie. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. As you see, we do have the scroll down the bottom for personal websites, sashakgordon.com and AllieMarshallOfficial.com. I mixed your name up twice. Sorry about that, ladies. But it is sashakgordon.com.
It'll be right
Yeah,
on the
Sasha
site.
and I are siblings.
Ladies, thank you so much for your time. We greatly appreciate it. Good luck on the movie, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thank you so much. It was honestly a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
So
Thank
much.
you.
All right.
care.
Bye-bye, ladies.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Wow, that was absolutely terrific, Jewel. Two lovely ladies, excellent actresses, and of course, the big movie coming up, 645 will be coming up this fall. Sasha K. Gordon, Allie Marshall, Jewel. I got to tell you, no disrespect to any stars we've ever had on or any shows we've ever had. This was one of the best. The two ladies shared their time. The flow was great. There was no audio glitch, no freeze. They
Yeah.
had great stuff to talk about. Thank you, Judy Singer. She said, great show. We greatly
Oh, thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Judy.
We appreciate you tuning in. Tonight was great for us. We had a wonderful time. They said just beautiful ladies, a lot of great talent. The movie sounds terrific, sound like a real family atmosphere.
Yeah.
But stick around. We got 45 minutes left of obnoxiousness before we start to derail. But anyway, that was great. Drew, your thoughts on a terrific interview tonight?
I mean, did we just become best friends? I love them
Right?
both. They're so cute and so talented, and I'm so excited for the movie. It's just, I love seeing people do what they love, and they just are really honing their craft and taking this time to really just perfecting their skills. And I know that we're going to see so much more great things from the both of them. They've done amazing work. Respectively, that's the word.
Respectively. Very good.
Yes.
Well done.
And no,
only-
they're just
I'm only 3
amazing,
beers
cool
in.
chicks.
Yeah, absolutely. And they had a great appreciation for what we do here. And I thank the ladies for that. It's tough. Oh, we got a little hello from the missus. I haven't got a kiss. That might be Jules' kiss. I don't know, but I'm going to put that up there anyway. Could be Jules' kiss. I don't know. Thank you for tuning in. The lovely Cassie Perini. We love her. But yeah, I mean, they came on and they thanked us and had appreciation for what we do here, and that makes me feel great because I mean, I know it looks like we're just two people with webcams talking, but it puts a lot of work into it. Me and Jewel talk constantly about guests and PR people and things coming up. And Jewel goes out and gets this high tech equipment. I steal my wife's laptop, but you know, we do these. Scrolls and banners and pictures and all that great stuff. So we appreciate everybody who takes the time out to enjoy the show. We thank the upcoming awesome actresses and actors and musicians, etc., that come on. So thank you very much for taking the time to join the Yo Show. We get thousands of views each week, folks. We're definitely doing something right, Jewel. I don't know what it is, but we're doing it right.
I mean, I'm going to give credit to our amazing guests. we try to put out good content with amazing guests that have extreme talent. I mean, that's just has been our goal since day one. We're all about Philly and brotherly love. So I still love doing it. If only we could get paid $1 million an episode to do it.
I tell you what, in the perfect world, $1 million an episode, and we'll do an episode a month. I'm gonna be great.
No.
I agree. Austin Wood, of course, yeah. He says it's his love and the support goes out to both of us. We thank you, man. We, of course, love Hard Light Podcast. Can't wait to see you and Joel Tatey doing that show together. It's going to be awesome. A lot of great people out there doing podcasts. Some people are just out there, you know, hearing themselves and not talking about great stuff. But there's a lot of people that talk about great stuff, learn it, concentrate, take the time to just deliver. And we want to be that group.
Yeah, I mean, you know, consistency. I watch a lot of YouTubers, and consistency is also key. If you're a podcaster and you're watching us, we go live every Wednesday at 8. That's our thing. Oh, like and subscribe. Smash that like. And yeah, engage with your audience. Like, find out. A lot of times, our audience gives us great, you know, insight to what we do. We take everything into account, whether it's good, bad, criticism. Like we take it all. I know I constantly ask my family and friends, like, what do you think? What do you think I should do? And like, stop saying like and so much. That took a lot. I still do it all the time, but
everybody does it. It's like, yeah, it's hard. Sorry, I did it on purpose.
Extremely hard.
It's definitely hard. You want to make sure your thoughts come out. You want to say, definitely don't want to say the wrong thing. We do it live, and you could say something off color or out of key or out of line. It can happen. Not that it's ever happened to us, knock on wood, but it happens to those amateurs out there. Whenever you're pros like us, and I give us credit because we slugged down a lot of, I slugged down a lot of beers. I don't know what Jewel does over there. I slugged down a lot of beers, and outside of the Brianna Dale episode, I managed to keep it pretty cool. So, did you ever watch that one again?
You're right. I watch that one so many times. You're so hilarious.
The last half hour is a blank and is the most embarrassing half hour of YouTube video a human being ever wants to see.
If you want a good laugh, go watch episode, what's that, 98, 99?
99, yeah, with Brianna Dale. Yeah. She's gorgeous. You'll enjoy that. She was a great guest, dude. Very fun. Bought into the whole concept of the show, started drinking with us, volunteered to be on the bikini. We need all that. Just coming on like stuff was great. But we do have great guests. We thank everybody out there, and we're going to continue. We're going to continue next week, as a matter of fact. We're not leaving yet, but I do want to do a guest announcement for next week. We do have a country music singer. She currently is out in Canada, and she's doing the Love Revolution show. A lot of great female artists spreading the word of love right now. Her name is Bree Taylor. She's up and coming, got a great following. We're very excited. Her public relations person reached out to us and said, hey, we'd love to give Bree a chance on your show. And we agreed. Can't wait. We had another member of the Love Revolution tour on recently, Susie Curry, another great artist. She told us we're going to love Bree. So if she says it, I believe it. That's Bree Taylor next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock on the Yo Show. We do have more people we're speaking with. We're going to have more great guests coming up in the very near future, Jewel Tatey. But, of course, we stop all that. We now get to my favorite segment of the show outside of the guest and outside of everything else, and that is Man Cave Scores, ladies and gentlemen. Man Cave Scores, where a grown man goes out and finds toys and trinkets for his man cave. You got to see it down here, Jewel. It looks like a titty.
What?
Titty. Looks like a Kitty City blew on there. I just saying I'm not saying the wrong thing. And I pretty much just said Titty City right on the air.
That's
That would
Jeff's
be,
favorite store.
you can't buy mistakes like that, ladies and gentlemen. You absolutely cannot. Boy, that really hurt. Jewel, usually you miss the slips, but you caught that one. Kitty City, ladies and gentlemen. Austin, we know you do know a lot of people, Austin. And we're going to have you on our show someday. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to get together and go to Titty City. That'd be a great name for a strip club, wouldn't it? Titty City.
What a kangaroo with the questionable parts.
That's definitely not a man cave score, so certainly can't bring him anything. Titty City, my wife would murder me. Anyway, a couple neat little things I found this week, Jewel Katie, out and about, hunting down some stuff. We're looking at mine, and we're looking at your makeup collection.
Yay.
Very excited. These great collections are made by a company named Jada, and I'm going to show you Team Ray. The first one is, Jewel, it's the Michael Keaton version of the Batmobile.
Yes.
From 1989. Comes with a little Batman figure and the Batmobile. And then I also have the same company, same series, the TV version, 1960s television version of the Batmobile. The Adam West style, keep putting wrong there. Adam West style Batman there and the Batmobile. See, that'd be cool. Joel, I've waited ever since I've done Man Cave Scores, which I've been doing for a few months. I've always waited for this moment. This is a big moment for me. It's a collecting geek that I am. This one's huge. These came today, and I'm going to share them with you right now. I'm going to share the entire bunch. Mr. Vince Neil.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Mick Mars. You know the rest if you're a fan.
That's so funny.
Mr. Tommy Lee.
Wow.
And, of course, the figure that I have waited and have fought for and I've tried my hardest to get, and it's one of the best and hardest to find figures, and a guy I absolutely love. Mr. Nicky Six, ladies and gentlemen, closing out. I got the Motley Crue collection. Joel Tatey has showed up today. I ordered on eBay. I spoke to the person making the deal. They cut me a nice little break on it. They were packed beautifully. They're perfect condition, gorgeous. I'm a massive Motley Crue fan. It is one of the concerts I missed out on this season that I certainly hope come 2021 I do get the tickets and go to see those guys. I've seen them 4 times. They retired. It hurt. Now they're back. Very excited, Joel Tatey. That is Man Cave Scores. We're going to go to, do we call it She Shed Scores? What do we call this? What do we call Jules' version of the scores?
Huh.
Ray Coleman with the WAP.
The woman. Oh, I'm sorry. We just got a thank you from Craig Singer, and he's just amazing. Thank you so much again, Craig. And the ladies were amazing, and you're just the best. And we want you as a guest on our show too, because you're supposed to be here once, so we would love to talk to you too. Best of luck with the movie. Can't wait to watch it. So excited for fall. So yeah, what do we call my my collection? First of all, let me show you this because I'll go into makeup because I do have that. But I got my favorite cartoon character, and I did carve a pumpkin of this guy last year. And I sent him a message today. I sent him his PR person a message or an email earlier in the month. But I would love to have him on because I'm such a fan. It is the voice of "Hey everybody." It's Rex. It's so cute. I love him. Oh my god, this show is so funny. He's off Space Coast to Coast. So this is a decal. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. I might put him on my computer or my car, but he's amazing. I wish we could have Andy Merrill as a guest. Oh, before the makeup thing, so I wanted to do local shout out. So maybe I'll do like local shout out of the week. Because
sure.
I have some amazing freaking caramel apple cookies. I don't even like apple flavored things, but these are the best cookies I've ever eaten. And they're from Frickin' Farm.
What is it?
Frickin' Farms.
Frickin' Farm.
My
Frickin'
sister
cookies.
moved up to Berks County, and my dad bought me a chicken pot pie and the caramel apple cookies I love from Frickin' Farms.
Man, they look good.
Shout out to them.
Frickin' Farms.
And then in my fine little town of Ambler, I went to Sorry to eat it. Sweet Annie's, a little
Ooh.
candy shop. And
I love candy.
Joey has been obsessed with these macaroons. I ate most of them, but
Ooh.
these macaroons.
She's been obsessed. I saved her too.
She got it. It's too. She's weird with like textures and stuff, but she tried. I got her like a big lollipop too. But this is red velvet and vanilla macaroons.
Ooh, look at that.
We're in
God.
Ambler, and it's the cutest little candy shop. So I'll come say hi. She was dying to get on all night.
Oh, there she is.
Ketchup on her face. Say hi. Oh wait.
Ah, it's a little harder for her to get her face in now with the microphone. Hello, lovely young lady. Thank you for coming with us again tonight.
Love your macaroons?
Oh my god, they're so good.
She is her mother's daughter. There is no doubt about
Oh
that.
wait, and make sure you link down below in the description.
Like and subscribe. Do you have nail polish on? Oh, go let that dry. Okay.
Like and
So I
she
didn't do
didn't,
that.
she didn't get the audience to like and subscribe. But do remember our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Smash that button. Apparently, after 10,000 views, you get like a couple bucks. Oh, so Ray Coleman, he loves the new fancy setup and mic. I like it as well.
Thanks.
I think it looks
Ray.
great. It does look terrific. I need something a little more sassy besides just my head in this giant basement full of toys.
Hey, no, you have a nice setup. I mean, usually it looks nice. You just wanted to see the game tonight.
True. I am watching the game.
Fan.
A quick update for those who are kind enough to just watch us and not the game. It is still 1-0 Flyers. There's 7:16 left in the second period. It's been a great game so far. Very tough. Two very hot goaltenders. So it's going to make for an interesting series. Always tough finding going up against a hot goalie come playoff time. So we're hoping for the best. Joel, there was a game yesterday. Not to call it for shindig. I don't know if you're still wrong. We'll get back to makeup in a second. But we got on hockey. There was a 5 overtime game yesterday between the Tampa Lightning and the Columbus Blue Jackets. One of the longest games in history. The Blue Jackets goalie set a record for the most saves in one game.
Whoa.
Did you catch a second of that? Because I pretty much watched the entire 6+ hours of it.
6. Whoa.
Yeah, it was 6+ hours. Game started a little after 3, and it was about 9:30. And the announcer's like, "It's now 9:30," and I was building, my new racks here for my collectibles, and I was down here just fitting up the studio / man cave, and it just got to be like unreal after a while. I keep looking like, God, this game is still on. But it was a great game, and I caught every second of it. But it's just crazy.
I love that though. Like I love. I don't know. Like long baseball games. I'm here for it. If I'm at I'm not leaving early. I want to see it to the end. I didn't miss it. I need Sports Center or something. I don't know. I need highlights.
Yeah, definitely. You got to, or just tune into these hockey games because they've been terrific. And one of the color commentators is a former coach and former player, a guy by the name of Mike Milbury. And the whole time he's like, they need to find a way to end these games quicker. Nobody's really interested in this. The play gets sloppy. The players get tired. I couldn't be more on the opposite end of it. I think it's great. It is a real test of attrition. And the thing that I find amazing, Joel, and kind of part of the reason that I brought it up, I want to mention it to you, when we talk about COVID and athletes being shut down like everybody else, and everybody's saying, they're going to be lazy, the games are going to be sloppy. These guys had this long layoff. They played maybe 5 games since, and still had the ability to play, 6 overtimes, 9 periods of hockey in one sitting.
Stamina. I mean, and hockey's just a whole other entity. Like I played ice hockey as a child, and the amount of sweat, that's why hockey gear smells so bad. Like you just are entirely soaked, and props to them. I mean, that's an insane.
Absolutely, the guy who scored the game-winning goal, fell by the name of Point for Tampa. And right afterwards, they interview him, and the poor guy's like, trying to answer a question. I mean, tell the guy I'll catch up to him another time. Let him go back in the locker room. The guy said he's absolutely exhausted, but just a terrific job, and just hats off to both teams. An amazing game played. Like I said, nine periods of hockey for guys who had been off for 4 months or so.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, the importance of like keeping fit during this time. Like no matter what's going on, you just have to stay focused.
And no trips
Try
to
to.
no trips to Titty City.
Titty City or freaking farms.
No fucking farms, no Titty City. Man, we're just ripping
So
them
much
tonight.
fun.
So much fun. So let's get back. I want to get back to the She Shed Shindig. It is your segment. You did the candies and the cookies. Let's get to the makeup because we gotta get females watching this show too. They're, it's just it's not
Right.
dudes.
You guys want to see what I get? So this is like the biggest glam bag because I subscribe to Ipsy. This is like what? This is full-sized makeup.
Nuts.
It's not samples. It's full size. So I don't even know what this is. So you're gonna be surprised with me. This is called La Rousse.
It's an unveiling. I'm hoping like people that blow by us on like the Super Radio Network or my personal page or your personal page, like they'll see you holding up like females. We gotta look makeup. Let's tune in.
Yeah. Sponsored by Ipsy.
Ipsy.
Oh.
www.ipsy.com. Oh man.
Have my heart like brushes. These brushes.
I know.
Full sized, amazing. Yeah.
I know the obsession and the importance of a good brush. I do.
I love makeup. I swear, like I was that girl who played varsity sports with a full face of makeup and long ass acrylic nails. And I would play basketball and people used to complain because like the ball and the nail noise would annoy. I didn't care. I have my basketball pictures from high school. I should pull that out. It's like Jeff. Do you want to see senior year Joel with a full face of makeup?
No, I do.
Oh my god! All right, give me a second.
This is going to be great, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you tune in. We're going to see Joel Tatey senior yearbook pictures. I'm going to be more excited. Don't forget, next week we'll be joined by Bree Taylor, Canadian country star. We're all going to play some tunes and talk about the Love Revolution tour. Meanwhile, Jewel is back, yearbook in hand, senior photos of Jewel Tatey, ladies and gentlemen.
It's so embarrassing. Yeah.
That's all right.
It's a Franklin town.
Next week, we're going to pull out mine, if I can find mine.
I like him.
Our high school was so little. So I was in one of the first charter schools in the city. And, oh my God, here it is. You can't really see it because it's black and white. Let's see.
Just got drawn it. Which one is you? Oh, look at that. Ah, look at you. Is that basketball? God, you're tall there.
Oh,
God, you are tall. Wow.
I was a captain. I was a captain of my basketball team. But our school was so tiny. But, yeah, it was so much fun.
Oh, man. That's great.
I loved my high school. It was very unique. It was a bunch of artsy folks, and everyone was friends with everyone.
Hey!
Did you have a good high school experience?
Wait, we can't see my face, my beautiful silly face.
All right.
So,
yes.
you know what was unfair at my school? They won't let us go outside when it's snowing. Can you believe that?
She wants to go outside when it's snowing.
Yes. So
A lot of people do.
You just want to go back to school, is your problem.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
She
true.
misses her friends. Crazy
She's
time.
But
She's
we
enough
have
of a
one friend really close by.
Teacher mom is worn out of welcome.
Yeah.
We did get a goal on the power play by Montreal. We didn't have a 1-1 tie. No, it's 1-1 tie.
And I
Montreal,
first grade
Shea
school,
Weber.
we'll have a
Score, right back. All right.
Yeah, let's go Flyers.
Let's go fly.
Go get your goodie.
Oh wait. I saw on my TV that everyone was at Walmart and then like they stomped on the floor and then they said, "Let's go. We are Walmart."
We are Walmart?
We are Walmart.
Terrifying.
Oh, to be proud of. Oh, man. So right back after the power play goal by Shea Weber, Flyers come back with a goal by Joel Farabee and have taken again the lead 2-1. Philly, 5:06 left. Second period. Very nice. Great goal, too. Took a shot. Rebound came right back. Don't put it right home. Been a good game so far from what I have seen. I definitely did pay a lot of attention to the ladies, not a lot to hockey. My wife will be mad because normally when hockey's on, I ignore her. But tonight I actually stayed focused with 3 women instead of hockey. Very proud of myself.
I mean, we had great stuff to talk about, so you better be
We did.
focused.
We absolutely did. Yeah, they were great. And it's I kind of like how Sasha presented. There is opportunity. There's a lot of people who think they can't do it or don't belong in it, but there definitely is opportunity if you work hard for it. And I got to admit, I kind of fell backwards into this, and not that this is groundbreaking stuff we do here. I think it is. I think we've got a certain little niche, but just walking into it, like when I was asked, I'm like, yeah. Like I didn't think twice, like no, or I can't say yeah, and here we are, here we sit.
Thank you all.
I mean, I enjoy it every week. It's just
Hit the bell notification bell.
hit the notification bell,
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe. Yeah, YouTube is kind of cutthroat these days anymore, so it's hard to find your grounding. I see a lot of podcast people and they're like, I don't really know what to do. Can you give me ideas and blah, blah. Like, you just really have to like love what you do. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're passionate about it, it shows. You can't just half-ass. That's why I worked on radio stations before, and I really don't like the sometimes fakeness of it.
Yeah.
So that's why I love podcasts, because we're just not fake with each other, and we're definitely not fake with our guests. Like we love our guests and we admire everything they do, and we cover so many different, like, I mean, arts all over the board, and author. I can't say that word. Authors. And
Authors?
directors and writers.
Authors.
And, yes.
You can say book writers from now on, if you like.
I write books. I'm smart.
Yeah, we love
But,
it. We do a wide approach. Like we don't just like we had a couple guests who were supposed to come on, and I guess some people get camera shy. We had like local people in contests, like magazine contests, tattoo magazines, and Maxim and stuff like that. And we'll have them come on. That's an experience. That's an art. Being beautiful is an art, whether you want to admit to it or not. There's a lot of talent out there, and musicians love to be heard. Musicians definitely love coming on, and actors, and people like to be appreciated. Like I said, we had Donna DiGregorio on last week, and ever since I first seen her on Facebook, I'm like, I just want to talk to her, a local actress who just does like movies. I just want to get her on this show. That's back in the New York show, may not be appreciated. Now the Philly show, she comes on, she kicks ass. Her whole family comes out and checks it out, and then, that's what we do here, and that's what we love.
oh my God. Yeah. I mean, music and art has always been a passion of mine. And I'm just so lucky I get to talk to all these amazing people every week. And the amazing Jeff. So I just get to see you and be entertained for 2 hours every week.
Yeah. Sometimes, when I say funny stuff like titty soup. That's it.
Ray is all about this song. I think Ray loves Cardi B.
I think so. I only like that one song. I like it like that song.
I like it like
Yeah, I like that song.
$.
Joel Petty. We have a possible update.
In my hand.
What's that?
What is it?
Oh no, what's your update?
Oh, that's yeah. So my wife was on the phone today with our good friend Deb.
Not me, just change it.
And for those who don't remember, Deb was part of the Bucks County Food Drive. There is a outside chance that there will be a second Bucks County Food Drive coming soon, and we're being considered again for another marathon program.
Wow.
Potential, yes. We have not gotten the full word yet. They are talking about bringing another food drive, of course, because COVID hasn't ended. So there probably are still a lot of needy people out there. So they mentioned it, and we would like to do that again. Obviously, Ray Coleman, just hearing his name, he was one of the tremendous artists that joined us for the last one. Of course, we'd love to invite him back. He was one of the busiest watched entertainers we had on that day. It's like the views were blowing up when Ray was on. He was great. He contributed, was just awesome. Everybody that was on was just great. We like to, we would love to come out and do that again. It's a great cause. So that came up today. They were on the phone, and my wife said, "Oh, my husband's here," and Deb I guess, got into expressing it. She's like, will we be a part of it again? So they're kind of feeling it out. So that'd be terrific.
That is an amazing idea. I mean, I know our local churches, they have food drives going on every single morning. I go out and I see food drives happening, drop offs, pick up. There's so many people in need right now. I don't know if you've seen like the footage of Texas, but it's insane.
Yeah,
Like,
wow.
people are hurting right now. Like, I just can't. I feel for everyone, and I would love to help. So if we could do any small thing to help, that would be, we're there.
Agreed. And I talk with, as we said, we get in touch with a lot of fellow podcasters, and we join these podcast groups on Facebook. And people ask questions like, "What's the longest show you've ever done?" or "What's the most unique show we've ever done?" And I tell people about that project where we were here 18 straight hours, and they think it's the craziest thing they've ever heard. Meanwhile, I don't think it's also a great idea. And well, it's nice to be here and have entertainers come and talk to people and do all that. The charity part is fantastic. It made me feel great to do things for people, and that's big.
And that was, an experience.
Yeah.
My mom actually watched a replay and she's like, "Man, it was a long day."
She watched the whole thing?
Not the whole thing. I should. But yeah, that was a trip.
Awesome. I still watch bits and pieces of it from time to time, and I would love to get a chance to do that again. And so many great artists from all walks and athletes and everything. It was, just a terrific experience. So we'll keep this all posted. We'll let you know if and when that does come up.
Yeah, now that people know, and we have just an enormous list that we can go back and, everyone's starting to have new dates for things too and starting to come out. So get to talk a little bit more about opening up of things and shows especially. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for a great cause.
Right. Hopefully we have more than a week to prepare so we can get the full-fledged thing out. Kudos to us. I think we did a pretty bang-up job. And big thanks to my wife and Tracy and Deb and all that worked that day. It was really an amazing day. So I'm looking forward to it. I really hope it comes to another round.
It's awesome.
Definitely awesome. Couple more pieces of news, Joel. Something I seen today. I was reading this article. Paramore lead singer Haley Williams. Apparently, she's talking about the effects of headbanging. Apparently, she has permanent back and neck deformities, which have been caused by several years of headbanging. Now, if you've ever seen her videos, make sure I check them out. Haley is electric on stage. She definitely does headbang and jump up and down and get out there. A couple other musicians had commented on her remarks that it definitely is long-term effect from headbanging. I don't know if headbanging is something you're ever into. I was into Harvard Music. I would play around sometimes and headbang. If I do it now, you can actually hear the crunches of your neck. What do you think?
It has to be the worst for someone on stage because they're required to do it every show and put on a great show. Like, you can't possibly go to that many concerts unless you're stand in front of your mirror like that. But even so, you're like, all right, my head. But when you're on stage and Haley's so tiny and little, and oh my God, I love Haley Williams, but she's just a small girl. And it's known because I watch a lot of Real Sports, Brian Gumbel.
Yeah, I love Real Sports.
Did you ever see the soccer episode where they were talking about, heading the ball?
No, I haven't.
Well, they went to all these different. Ooh, watch out. The effects that the differences of boys and girls, in middle school and up, high school, just boys' necks are physically stronger than girls' necks, so they can't bounce the ball. And all of these girls were having major issues down the line, even in college, they couldn't play college soccer because of too many bops on the head. Wow. Females' necks are not that strong. We're just not made like that. We're just comprised different. So yeah, I could totally see that, especially for rock chick such as herself. I mean, take care of yourself, people. You can't be bouncing around. And Jesus Christ, Bruce Springsteen will go like swing on the rafters, and he's like 70 years old, like Mick Jagger, and you just got to take care of yourself. Know your limits. We're not expecting you to headbang every show.
That's a good way of putting it too. And
If you want the Yosha mat, come give us. If you want one, we'll send one to you.
Yep.
No show memorabilia, T-shirts, etc. Now available. But yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Paramore. I love Haley Williams. Like I said, tiny, so you can only imagine. And you know, and there was male artists, like bigger, tougher male artists, did the same thing. So they've got some kind of permanent effects from headbanging. Something I used to enjoy as a kid. Now, like I said, the thought of it just, I got a headache just thinking about headbanging.
Oh yeah, I tried to like emulate. I'm like, no.
No, I can't even imagine. Especially, it's even better when you have hair and no hair. So me headbanging really looks different.
I was thinking that you never saw Death Proof, did you? Jungle Julia, and she like whips her hair like 50 times. And by the time I get done, every time I hear that song, I have to like whip my hair, and then my head hurts for like 2 minutes.
I remember, what's that band? Oh, Living Color. The lead singer was Corey. God, what's his last name? Can't think of his last name. Anyway, Living Color, and he did the video that called the personality. He had the shaved head with like the giant dreadlocks. And during the song, he would just whip, and the dreadlocks just whip around. And my God, I couldn't do that for like a minute. I'd be dizzy.
Yeah, that's what the chick Julia does. She goes in a full like circle of like her hair. It's glorious.
Dangerous. Dangerous, but glorious. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild to see that.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. You're totally good. Reminder again, let's do some reminders and some things. Coming up, of course, as I said, next week, Bree Taylor, Canadian country star, currently on the Love Revolution tour. She's going to take time out to talk to us about concerts, her music, and what's going on out there. Jewel Tatey will be the very special guest on the horror podcast with Austin Wood. August 29th, it is the season finale of the horror podcast. Jewel Tatey will be a very special guest representing the Yo Show. I'm going to talk some horror films, kind of like she did tonight. That little trailer, man, creeped me out. Woo! And it is, of course, the trailer for the new upcoming movie by our good friend Craig Singer. It is called 645. Nice horror thriller, kind of set on a romantic backdrop, did she say? It was a hell of a description. Sasha.
Yeah. The tagline is vacation, die, repeat.
Nicely done. Very nicely. Yeah, it is. It was great. And I thought you had forgotten, but you were just doing the pause.
I did forget.
You're going to get hired. 645 by excellent horror thriller director, producer Craig Singer, good friend of the show. It's going to be a great movie. We had the two ladies on tonight. I'd like to thank them again. Sasha, Katie Gordon, and Amy. Allie, Marshall. My God, dude. I'm like, I keep like screwing words. How about the one scroll? I keep running the scroll the whole night where I got it wrong. I got poor Sarah K. Marshall there. I guess I'll edit that at the end. Sarah.
I edit that.
Yeah. But we thank her for coming on. The blunder. They could have told me about the blunder in the get-go, but to fix it, that's how we are here. We're just that laid back and easy. But don't forget, check out that movie. It's coming this fall, just in time for the Halloween season. Great stuff tonight, Jewel T. Great stuff next week. And we're working on more guests. Got a lot of emails out there. Got some names. Got some people coming to us that want to be on. We're reaching out to them. We're still kicking around an idea of a second night with some podcasting programs. Don't forget the website. We now rerun the episode. So what you see tonight will be up tomorrow at www.theyoshow215.com. Right now, if you tune in, you'll see last week's episode with Donna DiGregorio. And tomorrow you'll see this episode with our two lovely guests from this evening. Excuse me. Allie and Sasha. So that'll be up tomorrow. We like to draw some attention to the website, so go there, check it out. Check us out on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Check us out on the Stupid Radio Network on Facebook. Instagram at Theo Show 215.
And our personal pages.
Yeah, you can check out our personal pages.
Jeff Shark.
Stop messaging Jewel and asking what her favorite idea for a date is. Because if you date her, the date is chaperoned by Jeff the Shark Perini.
Oh, Lord.
And you don't want a night of that. You really do. You think you do, but you don't. Again, a big hello and a shout out to our guys from the band St. Ricketts. I forgot to give them their normal intro music shout out. They do the intro music with Fire Cannot Burn, St. Ricketts at www.saintricketts.com. It's the whole word, Saint, S-A-I-N-T, Ricketts.com. The guys out there said they got new music coming. I finally got to be Facebook friends with Anthony. We didn't get to meet Anthony for the live show, but Tom, John, Kenny, Eric, and now Anthony. What's up, guys? We love your music.
Awesome.
Can't wait for more stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you as always. Great find by Jewel Tate. Brought it to me, and yeah. So
And my mother is a fan of St. Ricketts now as well.
Right.
She's like, that song, I just thought, I'm like, that's St. Ricketts. She's like, it's a great song.
Yeah, I listen to that song like several times a day. Like, and it's funny because every time I go somewhere with the St. Ricketts shirt on, and sometimes I'll just forget. And Kenny or Tom or John is always up there with the thumbs up, like in the picture. Like me and my wife went to a party last Saturday. We sat and took a romantic little picture, and I look, I'm like, there's St. Ricketts. There's Kenny right off the bat. He got in there, and Tom and John, they love the shirt. They love the advertising. Oh, cool thing. Speaking of which, speaking of last Saturday, with a few minutes to go on our program. So last Saturday, I finally got to Golden Company, the Malt House in Rockledge. And man, I got to tell you, the Whit Orodowski kielbasa cheesesteak will change your life.
Wait a minute.
Phenomenal.
It's like a whole kibasi with like cheesesteak topping.
It's diced.
It's diced.
Diced kielbasa, like cheesesteak meat, or like kielbasa meat, and it's got the thick, heavy American cheese. I got to tell you, girl, life changing. And not only life changing, I actually had one after 2 shots, 6 beers, and for whatever I had at the party I was at before that. So you get that munchies, boy, phenomenal.
I see her sneaking snacks.
Sneaking snacks, huh? I'm going. I still got that slice of pizza back here. I didn't eat the whole shit.
Some cookies.
Oh man,
It's one thing you will never. We did an 18-hour episode. You'll never see me eat on there. I don't care if it's the most delicious cookies in the world from freaking.
Are you embarrassed to eat on there?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna eat.
Some of my good friends over at Santucci's Pizza up here in
Oh,
Fairfield Hills.
how is that one? Good.
Very good.
I miss Santucci's.
So good. See, you moved away from here and everything opened up around here.
You know, I was pissed because I was at a store right by there. And I'm like, oh my god, Santucci's is open.
Yeah.
They weren't open yet. I was like, damn it, this was like months ago.
Yeah, it took a little time. They're finally open. We frequent. We go there a lot. The one at this one's owned by Joe, the same way the one in Woodhaven is. And I think I told you a story about him claiming to have the coldest beer around. I'm like, okay, a cold beer. Don't do so much with it. Like teeth-chatteringly cold beer.
I don't like it that cold.
Oh, I'm telling you, on a hot summer day, you get in there. Oh, I'm telling you.
Take everything room temperature.
Ain't no room temperature about that. It's freezing. This pen's very hot though.
I'm just waiting for Charlie's to open up in the Northeast because I'm gonna be there. It's the best pizza ever.
Love Charlie's. Love Vince's. Family rivalry, whatever. You both make great pizza. Vince's up here is a little different. Wow, a lot of sirens going on.
Are you picking that up?
Oh, I'm picking it up.
That's the purge siren that happens in my town. When the windows are open, if it's like spring or fall, it freaks people out. So what? It's a purge. Purge.
This is it. So I guess we're now in the hunt for a new
2020.
co-host because this might be the last night we ever see Joel Tatey. So send her emails to the yoshow215@gmail.com.
I got a
Enclose
sword. I'm living.
enclose some pictures
Baseball
of your
bat.
stuff. You've got tough. Which way do I point? This way. You got some stiff competition. Look at this lovely lady. You got to be able to compete with that.
You say I'm gonna die? Stop.
Seems that way. Well, you got to put up with this. This is not good as that. I still can't get it right. That.
I only had a brain.
Can't get the fingers right. All right. So once again,
It's over.
I know. Just that fast. So very sad.
I had fun.
I always have fun. Tonight was extra fun. The guests were terrific, and it's fun to talk to two different people and have it work out that nicely.
It was nice.
It really was. It was great tonight, and they definitely took time and kind of honored each other's time and stuff. And heck, we were communicating, and they Sasha took the emails and gave out the info to both, and they just did a great job. Again, it was Sasha K. Gordon and Allie Marshall. It's www.sashakgordon.com, www.alliemarshallofficial.com. You can also find it on IMDb. It's the information spot where you find out about all the movies, actors and actresses. We got the pro version. You don't get that because it helps us get access to our great guests. You can check out other stuff as well, see what they're up to and what they're doing. One more shout out again to a terrific former guest, and I want to give this out so people that are watching the show can check it out. Last week's guest, Donna DiGregorio, will be performing live a show called the Savannah Sipping Society. It's kind of like the little talk show happy hour thing with female cast. The Auburn Road Winery is the place, 117 Sharptown Auburn Road in Pollen Grove, New Jersey. August 16th to the 18th. Tickets are on sale now. 856-905-5840. Showtime start at 7 o'clock. So that's coming up next week. Should be awesome. Big shout out, of course, to Craig Singer and the cast of the new movie, 645, who were nice enough to come in and comment. We appreciate you checking out our show. We'd like to have you guys on the show as well, and Craig and everybody soon. We love actors and actresses, folks. That's what we're all about here on the O Show. We'll talk to you, give you your space. We don't talk about crazy stuff. We don't talk about scandals that you had in the past. We don't talk about politics, religions, or so and stuff like that. We're here to entertain and have a great time. And the ladies said time. We're laid back, and it was an easy approach. That's what we greatly appreciate.
Absolutely. And we had a blast, and I'm so excited to see this movie. I can't wait to curl up on a couch, some popcorn in the fall, and watch the premiere of 645. I'll be there for it.
I got news for you. If it's possible, and we're not all COVID up. What's that?
What are you going to say?
I was going to say, if it's possible, we're not all quarantined up, or if you can make your way down, come down. You've seen the man cave in effect. Come down to the man cave. Me and the wife will grab chairs here on the big wraparound couch. We're watching 64 inches of curved television,
Premiere.
4K greatness.
Yes.
We're doing right here. Sounds
Yes.
great, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds
Here
good
for
to me. All right, so that is it for our show this evening. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. We hope you enjoyed yourself, because I certainly did too. As we leave you tonight, Philadelphia Flyers still have a 2-1 lead, getting ready to start the third period. I'll be hopping over to that right now. We will catch you next Wednesday with Bree Taylor. Thank you for tuning in. For Joel Tatey, I am Jeff the Shark Perini, reminding everybody out there listening, it's easy. Don't be a douche.
And be nice to people, even the ones you hate.
Even the ones you hate. Hate is such a strong word.
It is.
Can never be that strong. Maybe we're going to send you out, of course, with the awesome music of St. Ricketts. As you see me loading up here. I did it while I was still talking.
I just had that.
Anyway, I will send you out with the music of the awesome St. Ricketts, where fire cannot burn. We'll see you right next Wednesday. Have a great evening. Goodbye.
Yeah.
it takes for it, pouring something to the world, willing to embrace what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over. Truly blessed if the taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this, was the point of it just to reach new heights of love? So